Hey guys, welcome to The Sophisticated Scoundrel. Today I want to get into something that I think a lot of guys could benefit from, and it's essentially how to get through a situation where your girl comes to you with some sort of a complaint or is upset about something. You know, what can you actually do to not only alleviate the situation, but actually make it so you guys are even closer by the end of it? Because I see a lot of guys, as soon as their girl is upset about something, they apologize or they beg for forgiveness right away, or they lose their frame. They all of a sudden say, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Da, da, da. They kind of get nervous and anxious, and they quickly try to, undo the damage, or so they think. But having this kind of reaction means that you're losing your own masculine frame. You don't have the wherewithal to withstand some of the heat that comes your way, and you're letting your woman's emotions control how you respond instead of you taking control of the situation and leading it to an outcome that you desire. So how do you do this? Well, first of all, you need to be able to maintain your own masculine frame by staying calm. You don't want to have an emotional reaction to if she's getting emotional with you, if she's upset and really coming at you hard with something like that. You want to be able to make sure that you stay grounded, you're staying the rock and the mountain. So, but let me just first of all explain to you, obviously when people get upset with us, most people are going to try to defend themselves. They're going to try to rationalize, explain, oh, well, this is what happened, or that wasn't me, or, well, I did that because of X, Y, and Z. Everybody wants to have some sort of explanation to deflect that other person's disappointment and frustration so they don't have to bear the brunt of it. And that's fine. That's understandable, right? We all do it. We've all done that before, and I understand why that happens. But the truth of the matter is, when you're doing this with your girlfriend or your wife, there's another approach, which I'm going to share with you right now, that you can take that I think might make those situations a lot smoother and a lot better. So first of all, if she comes at you with something that you didn't do, and whether or not, she's right or wrong, that's not really the point right now. But you want to just stop and listen to actually what she has to say. And when she comes at you with some sort of a grievance or complaint, you then want to ask her, okay, well, I understand, I get it. So what's bothering you about that? What are you so upset about? Why is that making you so upset? And what you're doing with that question is you're getting her to talk more about it. And she's going to probably, say, well, because da 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 da, you said this and you didn't do this. And so when she does that, then you're going to continue to actually keep asking her, okay, well, tell me about it. What else? What else happened? What else was wrong? And you're going to want her to keep talking and getting it all out. So why do we want her to get it all out? Well, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, women are emotional creatures. They have, they're kind of fluctuating in their emotions all over the place, and they also like to talk things out. Women say about 8 to 10,000 words a day. Guys are somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 words a day. So the reason why this is because women work through and figure out their emotions and solve their problems through talking it out. So if you can get her to talk it out, this is going to really help her alleviate whatever frustration she had and help her get back to her feminine side. Okay? Us guys, we want to isolate what the problem is, come up with a solution, and then execute it. We're like, okay, well, what's wrong? What's happened? Okay, here's the solution. Let's go fix it. That's how we normally operate. We want to find the solution as quick as possible to remedy the problem, right? But that's not the case with women. Women want to talk it out. They want to get it off their chest with their words. So this means that you don't really need to fix anything for most of the time. You just got to allow her the room and the space to talk. And you simply do this by saying, okay, well, what else is bothering you? What else is going on? Tell me, what made you so upset about that? And if you can do this, chances are you'll discover what she originally came to you, what she was upset about. it'll reveal that maybe she was upset about that thing, but there's actually other things going on. Like maybe she had a bad day at work, or maybe there's something going on with her family, or you never quite know. But the more you ask, the more you open up a space for her to get those things out, and she's gonna slowly start to relax once she can get all those things out. And you ask enough, and eventually she'll get to the point where she's like, well, that's nothing. There's nothing really else. I feel a lot better about it now. Thanks for listening. Stuff like that. So basically what you've done now is you've brought her from a state of being frustrated and maybe in her masculine energy. And you've now taken, you've maintained your masculine frame, and you've brought her from this state of chaos to opening her up, and now bringing her back to her feminine self, which is the ideal state that you want her to be in. You want her to be fun, relaxed, friendly, feminine, all those kinds of good things. And you've done this because you've opened her up by asking questions and getting her to talk, and you've maintained your own masculine frame. Because remember, you're the mountain. Imagine yourself, whenever something happens like this where you're easily triggered, because I know some of you guys out there probably do get triggered easily. If somebody gets upset with you, you're like, you want to defend yourself, you want to, give an explanation. But if you can calm yourself down and let yourself, imagining yourself as that mountain, and you just kind of weather the storms. Imagine her frustrations as a storm, and you need to sit there as a mountain and let it wash over you. And I don't mean be a pushover. You're not going to just let people walk all over you. That's not what I'm saying. You're simply staying within, you're holding on to your masculine core, staying strong, and letting her get everything out. And in fact, you're actually guiding the conversation to where you want it to go, which is her calming her down and getting her back to her original state. Okay, so it's a great technique, and you can use this with your wife, your girlfriend, and you can even use it with women that you work with, or relatives, or anybody else. Whenever there's a situation that where a woman is going through this, if you just kind of get them to talk it out and ask them, well, what else is going on? Tell me about that. Oh, really? Okay, yeah. And how did that make you feel? You ask these questions, and it's not like you're their therapist necessarily, okay? But you're just trying to open them back up. Because let's just say you take the reverse method and you say, okay, fine, I'll do it. Just leave me alone. You're shutting her down and you're closing her off. And when a woman feels like she's not being heard, or when she doesn't feel like you're listening or taking in the things that she says, she's going to slowly start to close off, and the sex will get less. She'll become more distant. She'll become more masculine. She'll become less of that fun, feminine woman that you want her to be. So obviously then, to reverse this, you do need to be able to open her up. And I think a lot of times guys are afraid to ask questions and get in, because you don't feel comfortable being in charge and leading and guiding the conversation. Most guys are at a position of, in their minds, they're lesser than her, so they have to just do what they can to appease her anger, and hopefully she won't be mad at me next time. That's usually how guys are approaching it, and that's the mindset that you're in. But no, you have to think of it as you're the older brother, or the teacher, and she's the younger bratty sister, or the student, or something like that, where you have to even if you guys are the same age. I'm not saying that you have to be older or younger. It could even be a woman that's older than you, but you have to maintain that mindset of okay, I'm the masculine one, I'm the mountain, I'm going to stay that way. All this other shit that's going on, it's not going to ruffle my feathers, and I'm going to make sure that I lead that conversation to where it needs to go. So think about this in the future when you're interacting with your girl. And the other cool thing too is, after maybe she's expressed everything and she said that she feels better, then that's a great opportunity for you to lead it even one step further by saying, all right, well, come over here for a second. She comes over, maybe she sits on your lap, and you say, okay, well, why don't we kiss and make it better? You give her a kiss. This is your opportunity to flirt. Bring in that charm that I'm always talking about. Bring it back to that, give it some sexual tension, make it romantic, make it affectionate. Because if you can take it from that state to that state, she's going to connect with you even more. She's going to trust your masculine core that you know what to do. And of course, if you were supposed to do things that you didn't do, then yeah, you got to do those things. Because again, if you don't, and if you're not consistent, if your words and your actions aren't consistent, then you're gonna start to lose her trust. You're not gonna be able to maintain, your own semblance of having that masculine frame and your masculine core. Okay. So anyway, after all said and done, you bring her over, you give her a kiss, and you can even poke fun at it. You can say, hey, when I didn't do that thing, did that really make you mad? Were you just pissed off at me? Were you just gonna come back home here and just really give it to me? And you can kind of tease her about that, and make it lighthearted once everything is all settled. Make it a little joke, have fun with it, because again, humor is a great way to connect you guys and bring you even closer. What you don't want to do, like I said earlier, is you don't want to grovel. Oh, I'm so sorry. Don't become that very apologetic, weak, cowering, hiding in the shadows. What can I do for my highness, my princess? Oh, your highness, let me make it up to you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, here's a flower. Da da da. None of that stuff. It just looks weak. It looks cheap. You're not actually doing anything. You're just trying to get out of whatever it is that you are being, she's talking to you about. So don't do that. Okay. So anyway, hope this helps you guys. If you have questions, leave them down below. And of course, if you want personal one-on-one coaching, if you're dealing with something, or if you just want to get your life back on track and need help, need accountability, click on the coaching links below and set up a session with yours truly. Okay, guys, we will see you in the next one.